kill the land? Can I kill the desert?
Broke Shauna.
Oh no, now we all drop into a void. The desert is gone.
Is that the song I want? No, that's not the song I want.
Song now. What do you
Get a whole song for your crit.
I love.
Your crit fail.
So sorry.
Leon, please tell me it's what you say.
God.
Say.
Just throw up.
Is that song? You know what? We'll go with this one. Okay, so, you actually note something very peculiar. As you try and prop him back up, the next time he falls over, he actually hits the ground and becomes new life, like grass. His body vanishes into the ground, and you watch it
Wait, what?
as grass
Oh, is he shot
and
immortal
plant life
now?
sprout up from the spot where he fell over, and that's when you begin to see that this particular place seems to lose a lot of that magical quality to it, and it simply fades into a fairly mundane cave in the middle of a desert.
Good job.
You made everything normal again.
You broke the portal.
You broke the rules, now I'll break you.
So what do we...
Hey, what are the implications of that, though?
I'm so confused.
Is Shauna immortal now? Is that why she's bruised?
As it's
Yes.
just like,
Oh god.
You look inside the center of the oasis and find that there's a missing skeleton,
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Oh no.
and Ishana suddenly looks very confused.
Sabrina just like comfortingly puts an arm around her. Says,
This music.
Shauna.
Music.
Takes a bad shift every time it hits.
I like it though.
I like the song, but it doesn't. It's so boring.
It's not fitting right now.
So fast.
She would point out the bruises. She'd say, Shauna, your knees are bruised. How?
Yeah, that's what she's been trying to figure out. Why does it hurt?
There we go.
Are you mortal now?
She doesn't. At the mention of being mortal, she actually looks
Very what?
she looks kind of panicked, and then looks down at her hand, and then you watch as she actually. By the way, you're gonna have to roll a dexterity and athletics for reflexes.
Oh!
Wait, what is she doing?
She finds a nearby sharp rock and
Nope.
begins to try and cut her hand to see
Okay.
if it bleeds.
Okay, I'm gonna roll. And I'm activating word action.
You're probably gonna have to beat her though.
Like, physically?
Don't cut yourself.
Wrong one.
This is what you get for trying to cut yourself.
Rage.
Okay, I got 3 successes to stop her.
Alright, you stop her, and she looks very much like she needs to know the answer here.
Can I ask Zulfikar? Can you tell? Is she mortal now?
Zulfikar looks at her and says, I honestly didn't think you brought her back at first, because, yeah, she's mortal.
Oh.
Sabrina just like kind of is holding Ishana by the hand and then just sort of like gently like clasps her hand and like
As
trying
of-
to soothe her.
I'm trying to ask how that's possible.
Well, that's when you note that the old man makes another return on the other side of the lake.
Alright. Can't blame me.
We can still totally blame you.
Is he not as old now?
His robes are white, though.
It's Gandalf!
The white.
Gandalf the Compton turns
Oh.
into Gandalf the New York.
Oh my god.
God.
Gandalf the Texas. Okay, so um, the old man actually he stands up and you watch his beard actually manages to pull itself up out of the ground for once,
Oh god, that's not a good thing.
and he adjusts himself, looks at you all and says, "The reason why Tabni Isthar was turned back into a mortal was because the dead cannot pass through the gate. Not that way, at least." So, I simply made an exception as a favor to an old friend. And then he sits back down in his spot, and then you all find yourselves being hit by a light from behind you, and you turn around to see the entrance to the cave has finally opened up all the way, meaning that you guys can finally leave this place. When you turn to look back and see where the old man is, he is, as the light shines on the spot where he was, he's not there anymore. And actually, looking at the oasis itself, it's looking a lot more desolate.
Well, I guess Sabrina will, like, try and lead Ishana by the hand.
She follows. She still has trouble speaking in full English, and
Sabrina's
tends
okay
to
with
go
that.
back to. She tends to go back to her Babylonian, Mesopotamian language.
Literally babble.
Yep. So you guys head back to Cardian's Cardian's Cairo.
Can I would like to give
Yes.
head of inquest to Zulfikar, or like show it to him. Like, we got his head.
Okay, so when you
And
show this to
other parts.
Zulfikar takes his time to make sure everybody else in the group is very aware that he has that his champions are badasses, by the way. You see this thing that he's got in his hands? Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I have his other hammer.
We all
Got
fucking
his
did
hand.
this.
I got his arm, his whole arm.
I helped shoot it off!
I like how we were a bunch of like vultures.
Yeah.
Dang.
Vance thinks y'all are crazy. He literally thinks y'all are. He's like I go on vacation for like a month and I come back and all of you are bloodthirsty animals. Jesus Christ.
We've done it. Vance.
Well, can I ask him? He's like water. Do you?
What? What do you mean he's like water?
He's not dead.
Restless
He can
form.
still talk to you right now. He's in this helmet.
Zulfikar finds himself to be now on the other side of the group. Looking at the helmet.
Well, he's like, yeah. There was no body inside of the armor. He was just water, like the water from the river of death.
Well, he was sand last time we were dealing with him.
He's
So,
not
he
anymore,
changed
Isaac
himself?
says.
Also, what's in the bag?
Eek. Oh,
I was gonna straight up ask him, are you sure you want to see?
Sure.
no. He killed the Celestials.
You what?
You killed the Celestial.
It's the head of the Celestials.
He looks at the bag, and then you actually watch as he brings his hand slowly up to his neck and rubs in. Oh wow, I could have been dead. As he looks at the bag, and you can imagine he thinks he can see himself in there. He would have been in there if you guys hadn't called him off on his mission.
Hey, guys.
Favor. And Sabrina just looks at him. Like,
Gosh. So what should we do with him? I feel like it's kind of dangerous because he's not actually dead.
Well, best
Can
place to
you
hide
like,
a.
say anything? Like, can we talk to him?
Inquest does occasionally respond, though he tends to keep his responses fairly short, cryptic, And oh, you know, morbid.
Yeah. So, Andrew would ask, so what should I do with this?
Start speaking in pig Latin.
Ukfe uye.
Use it as a hat stand.
He's the possessed hat stand.
Wow.
The possessed coat rack.
Hey, Mag.
It's a coat rack filled with hate.
Mag.
Yeah.
Sabrina will give the axe to Clark, because she can't really do anything with it.
Oh, so
Give it to Val.
Please give both of them to Val so she can dual wield them.
He can if he wants.
Seriously.
Anyway, she's gonna keep Ishana as far away from the helmet as possible.
Yeah, sorry.
Kotaro too.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'll just keep it as a trophy. Awesome.
Well, just keep it somewhere where no one will get it.
Alright. You can trust me.
Lock it up. Lock it up in a box of like 10 feet of steel.
Lock it up in like 10 boxes and tie those boxes in chains and then put it in a secret compartment.
I just had a mental image of Andrew like hanging it up on his walls like a decoration, and in the middle of the night, Inquest just starts screaming.
Has it up over the mantle like a deer head.
no, Amber. He doesn't. Amber. He doesn't start screaming. He just starts making annoying noises so you can't go to sleep.
As soon as you get close to going to sleep,
Andrew's just like, are you
Wow.
sure? Are you sure you're really doing that?
Inquest has quickly gone from badass to comedy relief.
I know, right? No, he continues to not say anything throughout all this. It gets a little unnerving at some points because you do know that that bell that he makes with his voice has the potential to kill a large number of people in an area.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think you should just have it lying around in your house.
Throw 'em in a
Oh
soundproof
yeah, no,
chamber.
I'm gonna figure something out.
Throw 'em in like one of those soundproof chambers.
Double, like triple locked.
Ooh.
But if,
Right. So you can figure that out
Yeah.
as you get back.
Okay.
But for the time being, you guys, Zulfikar does find a box to put it in because one, he doesn't want to look at him. He doesn't want to look at an inquest.
Yeah.
And for two, he doesn't want inquest making that noise that he does when he wants to kill everybody.
oh right, the bell.
So
You better
Is the box like soundproof?
the box seems to dull it down at least enough to where if he were to make it, only person who would be affected would be the one holding it.
I will take that risk. I've got hella willpower.
Okay, so yes, go. What's up?
Oh,
What's up?
just an aside thing. Can Sabrina learn Babylonian from Ishana?
You may.
It would be cute.
Absolutely. And now that Ishana is mortal, it really messes with her bad.
Does she still have her powers?
No, she doesn't have any powers. She's horribly normal.
Well, wait.
How did she even get out of the glasses then?
She took over the corpse that was in the
Yeah, basically when she came back out of it, her body reformed itself
Oh, okay.
right then and there because
Wow.
technically she shouldn't have been able to leave the gates of the dead while still being dead. Because once you go through the gates and go down into the lower levels, you're gonna have a real hard time coming back unless you're a Geist or something that normally travels through the spirit realms with ease.
They can just,
And
it's like nothing.
in her case, the immortals actually don't travel. They usually stick around in Twilight. They don't go past the gates. The Avernian gates. What is going on?
hell is that?
Bunch of random pictures being drawn on the
Oh my god,
I
that's
decided to
weird.
make a pirate
Doodles.
crew. One of them's even fancy pirate.
Oh my god.
One's got
Oh.
a monocle mustache.
Oh my god, I
Okay,
just
so
fucking saw it.
now with that, I guess we're gonna go into EXP and all that fun stuff. So, any questions on aspirations?
Well, I actually fulfilled all of mine, because long term was get Ishana back, figure out how to free Ishana, which we did, deal with the Kerberoi thingy, without any permadeaths, yes, so.
I don't know if one of mine was fulfilled or just never touched on, because one of them was ensure Zulfikar doesn't go back on his word of helping.
He didn't go back on his word of helping, but there wasn't much he could help with.
So I don't know.
Unless he was like straight up going to kill himself. Odin, you get your body back. The Kerberoi, because you have so graciously helped the Kerberoi with his inquest problem and took it outside, he decided to say, you know what, here's your body back. None of this happened.
Just take it.
Okay.
Just don't bring the head back, okay?
Wait, so he has his like complete body back, or does he still have a hole in his head while he's walking around?
He's got his complete body back. It was mostly,
The whole thing wasn't actually something you could physically see.
Yeah, I know.
It was
that's
a
what I was
reflection
asking,
sort of thing.
Does he still have the hole in the reflections?
no, not the reflections.
You're-
He's okay.
You're alive!
Basically, the Kerberoi's thanking you for your assistance. Considering he had to run and hide.
My aspirations were figure out a plan to deal with the Kerberoi and don't let Zulfikar die.
Well, I mean, you guys did technically deal with the Kerberoi. I mean, he's a douche, but
And Zulfikar is not dead.
Zulfikar is definitely not dead.
Those are both my aspirations too.
One of my aspirations was learn more about the old laws.
Okay, so the way that the old law, you can still learn about the old laws. From,
No, but I mean, like, did I fulfill it? I don't know if I fulfilled that in session or not. I mean, I figured out one of them, but I didn't really learn a whole lot about them.
Well, I'd say you started learning a little bit about them because basically what Isaac has understood is some of the old laws are ridiculously specific about ridiculously specific things. And you did learn that basically the Kerberoi themselves are manifestations of the old laws.
Okay, so would I
Therefore-
be able to give myself that one?
I'd say you can give yourself that one. I
Okay.
mean, there's still a lot more to learn about them.
Yeah,
But
I got some.
yeah, exactly. You got some.
All right, thank you.
Yup. So, Ishana is still a little slow when it comes to picking up to learn some of the new technology stuff, but she's okay as long as she's around you guys, it seems, like, at least for now, while she's still kind of in this, really vulnerable sort of state. As long as she's around you guys, she seems pretty cozy, so she hangs out with you guys and is alright with going onto the plane. Also because she can't teleport anymore, so she doesn't have a choice.
Oh,
Sabrina will stick close to her for a while.
When you guys get back onto the plane, the person you meet is, funnily enough, Irene.
Oh boy.
What are you doing here?
Well, no, I kind of wanted to see who was going to die and who was going to live. But,
Well, thanks.
she actually gives a small little chuckle. She wanted to make sure you guys were okay, so she kind of came down to see what was going on. She also may and or may not have made a copy of the map that Sabrina has for getting to the cave.
Well, not like it does anything anymore.
Well, what? It doesn't do anything anymore?
well, the cave's kind of not magic anymore.
Wait.
Ishana is mortal now.
take pictures at least?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Sure.
Well, then give. She wants them later. So,
Okay.
as far as, but as far as what you guys have accomplished, Irene does congratulate you guys, and she seems not unhappy at least that Ishana seems to be okay. But she does accompany you guys all the way back to San Diego. Also because she's trying to hide from her secretaries, so
Love
she
her
stuck aboard the
secretaries.
plane and got stuck. Now, as you get when you guys get back, actually, I need to take a look.
Oh my god, it's past 5. Oh, fuck my life.
Okay.
Life has been thoroughly fucked by uncanny scheduling.
So I guess Irene goes and what's your current rank, Sabrina?
A 10, yeah.
Irene pulls you over to the side and says, "All right, so I understand that this was basically your mission, at least from the start, and I understand you ran into some complications along the way."
Great. She looks really guilty right now, actually.
Well, Irene doesn't seem to be in. Of course, her face almost always stays relatively the same, but she doesn't seem to make any motion towards being particularly upset or particularly pleased about it.
I made a few mistakes.
You're still alive, so happens.
I love this song. I love this song. So cute.
I downloaded
I like this. Yeah, so Sabrina, Irene says, "All right, so what do you have to say about those particular mistakes?"
I'll do my best to improve upon them.
Seems like she's pretty okay with that answer, but
He looks stumped.
she takes a little bit of time, gets up, and then digs around in her. She takes a few seconds to dig around on her phone, gets a message, and then puts her phone away, reaches into her pocket, and pulls out a card. With a bit of a flourish, she hands it over to you and shows that it is a swanky new Jack of Spades card.
She just has them in her pocket.
She beat the guy up, took it off him. He didn't need it anymore.
Wow.
So, no, but she explains that she basically had been planning to do this kind of from the get-go. She'd been watching carefully to see whether or not you'd shown any potential towards maybe being a particularly good leader. And now she's going to tell you a couple of things. And these are things that she wants you to take to heart before you take on your job as new Jack. For one, yes, you are definitely qualified and skilled to handle situations on your own. But that's not what makes you a good Guardian or a good team member.
Okay.
You've only survived this long because you've had your team. Don't change that now. That's all she says, and then she goes back to getting drunk.
Yeah. Well, Sabrina just stands there looking very taken aback, but she has a lot to think about, so.
Alright, so,
I think pats you on the back and says, "Nice work. Step. Turn on the best next time, though."
All the spades are jacks now.
Wait, what did Isaac say? What was the last
I said, nice job. Turn down the sash next time.
She just nods in confusion. She can't even reply right now.
Okay. How many other 10s do we have in here, by the way?
Oh, Hotaro's still 9.
Still 9. Otaro, why do you even have a job? You should be going to.
12.
You're like 5.
Does Haru go to school?
I
I
used
just like
to.
homeschooled.
She's getting homeschooled by Ishana and people.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. One at a time. What?
Homeschooling.
She's
we
being
still have
homeschooled?
Yes.
By
Homes.
whom?
Why-
Ishana and various
Isaac.
other guardians, I forget who.
I think Isaac.
Sabrina's helping too.
I do English with her. English literature. Right.
English.
Alright, well, you're gonna have to find somebody to replace Shauna. She's having
No, it's
problems.
fine. It's fine. Ishana can still teach her languages.
Teach me Babylonian.
Are you ready to learn a new language?
Hey, if Hotaru wants to learn
Fuck.
how to resist against gross things, Melvin can teach you.
Sure, why not?
Perfect education for a growing teenager.
Yup.
Yup. So, alright. Upon getting back to San Diego, Barry and Joel are the first ones to pretty much run into you guys, and they're fussing over making sure Ishana's okay, seeing how everyone else is doing, important stuff.
Sabrina warns them about Ishana's condition.
Now that they're made aware of it, they'll make sure they keep a better eye on it. Make sure she's okay.
Sons. My sons, it has been so long.
They'll be making a comeback this toward as we go further. So, now with that, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this as a little cliffhanger.
Oh gosh.
Good. I love cliffhangers.
Vance, you got a call in from an old friend, Lila Harper.
Oh.
She lets you know that there's definitely something that's kind of come up that she thinks Vance might be able to better help with. It's that same situation with the internet that came up again, except it's gotten a lot more aggressive.
That's right. I remember that. That was the first time that I met her in a long ass time. I remember that
Yeah.
mission.
Yeah. So
Internet
Internet. Oh,
and basically she explains that a good amount of the new Hollywood division has been subjected to this thing. They've been sitting at the computer staring at the screens for like the last 2 days.
fucking neophytes. They need me.
Neophytes.
And she figured, well, who better to ask than Guardians LA?
But of course. Absolutely. We'll be there to help immediately. No problem.
Awesome. Because she explains a little further about the thing, and this actually gets in the form of a more officiated Guardians report, detailing out that there's a brand new game that's hit the market. UMMO has gotten super popular.
Sanctum.
Please.
No, the word was popular.
Oh no, but Sanctum was great. Oh.
I think we're having a communication misprint, because Sanctum was actually a real game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
Well then.
We're
I was
talking
talking
about
about
the
the
other
OC.
thing.
Yeah,
was
I
talking
know
about
you
the
guys are talking about OCT. I think Josh meant the actual
know.
game.
So,
Can I play-
I
can
did.
play Lazarus?
okay, so as you guys listen in on this, they explain further and say, so essentially this brand new game has come out, and we've been getting we've heard an interesting number of reports, and phone calls in by parents. Uh, Apparently, some kids are having a bad reaction to it, in the sense of there have already been about 20 some odd deaths.
Oh.
Allergic reaction to video games.
Die in the game, you die in real life, dude.
Oh no!
Game over, man.
Do
Game
we get
over.
to go into a video game?
Please no.
Please, yes.
No.
Yes.
Shut up.
No. Never.
When was it released?
Guys, I'm.
Yesterday.
Sorry.
Oh,
Go on.
sorry. I just want to say I'm gonna go to bed now. Thanks for the session. It was really fun. Good night.
Yeah, glad you enjoyed it. Have a good night, Brandon.
Don't trip on your way to your bed.
Fuck off.
This is very interested in this though, as he loves his video, but hearing that that kids are dying.
His video.
Hey, how often does Vance cheat in video games with his datamancy?
He used to cheat a lot, but then it got boring. He found there was no challenge, so he gave it up.
All the best IMs, all the best. GMs try to report me, delete the report.
Hack the report.
Reverse the report, make it say, this guy is awesome and totally cool. We gave him all the stuff because we love him.
Pretty much.
Or just pin on some other user.
Oh no. So, yeah, she explains that basically 20 some odd people have died to this. Essentially what seems to happen is people stare at this screen and they don't come out of their comas. They've already had to remove some of the guys off of some of the Network Zero contacts that they had looking at this stuff. Didn't end so well for them either.
They haven't recalled the game either?
That's the odd thing. No one knows if there's... No one's quite sure which company owns this game.
Ugh.
So it's hard to shut it down, especially when it's circulating across multiple websites.
Alright.
Shut them all down.
There's so many banners like League of Angels.
I'm gonna be doing a lot of research on this, in the time that...
Get to work, nerd.
Right now in the next mission, because this interests me a lot.
It was made by Valve with Fight Gaben.
It's made by Ice Frog and Valve.
Based Gaben.
You show all us old men how to video game.
We find out the game is Half-Life 3.
Oh my god. That's why people are dying, because they can't believe it.
Can't believe it.
You're dying of heart attack.
That'd be a place to put titles, right at the very end.
Oh my god.
Just to mess with them. You play this whole game, you don't know what it is, and you get to the very end, you just played the game to finish it so you can get to the end and figure out, what is the name of this stupid thing? Get to the end. Half-Life 3.
Valve releases a game, 3, Half-Life.
Oh my god.
Okay, so, with all that in mind, is there anything else I need to go over? Any questions I need answering?
I feel like I have a question, but I can't remember what it is.
What came first?
Rip question.
Oh, I have a question.
Okay.
Stats on the hammer.
Oh god.
Oh, yes.
Hammer stats.
Why are you so greedy? Why can't you just give the fucking thing to Val?
Fucking shot the arm off that was grasping it. I need a war trophy.
Firmly good.
He was firmly grasping.
Firmly grasp it.
One problem. Doesn't Val have prize possession for one of her Warhammers?
She does.
So what? She can get it for this thing.
No,
Oh, you can only take it once for one item. You can't get it for multiple items.
Yeah, so basically, if she
I meant like
goes back-
replace it.
You can't do that.
You can't
technically
just
can.
like.
No, you technically can, but you just lose it for the old item. So if you go back to the old item, you
Yes,
don't
I
have
meant.
that bonus.
You lose the bonus from the old item
Yeah.
and give it to the new one.
You move up in life. Not horizontally.
This is no longer my
Vertically.
prize possession. Gone.
What?
I don't know. It just seems kind of weird to me. I guess.
Huh? What seems kind of weird to you?
Oh, prize possession. Like if you could just change your prize possession on will. It's like, well, this item somewhat means value to me, so it's my prize possession. But it's like, oh, this item's obviously better. This is no longer valuable.
Hey, people could change their mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, people upgrade stuff all the time from sentimental. I mean,
Yeah.
it just changes the value of the sentimental.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you could still feel sentimental about it, but you could give the stat bonus to another item because you cared about it more. And you could just make that sentimentality kind of role-played. So it's not like you just suddenly stop caring about that weapon or item.
Should I stop the stream at this point?
Yes, probably.
Alright, cool.